Welcome to Learn Amharic from the scratch. My name is Tamrat Asafa. Let's start today's lesson. Last time we have studied numbers. Now let's see the numbers we have learned. ክፍል 6 Part 6. What is the time? In Amharic, ሰዓት ስንት ነው? First I have to explain some words here. ስንት, how many? How many? So in English we say what is the time? In Amharic we say how many is the time? So ሰዓት ስንት ነው? ሰዓት ስንት ነው? Then you remember the numbers. This is 1, this is 5, 10, 15, 20, sorry. And here we have almost 10, እዚህ 15, እዚህ 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 2 ሰዓት. What is the time? 1 o'clock. In Amharic we say አንድ ሰዓት ነው. 2 ሰዓት, 2 ሰዓት ነው. This is how you tell time. Now some of the rest of the meaning. ሰዓት means clock or hour. አንድ ሰዓት, 1 o'clock. Here it is like and. Okay? And. Example. አንድ ሰዓት ከ5 ደቂቃ ነው. አንድ ሰዓት and 5 minutes is no. Okay? 1 hour and 5 minutes. That's how functions. And ከ5 ደቂቃ meaning and 5 minutes. And 5 minutes or with 5 minutes. 1 hour with 5 minutes. ሩብ quarter, ተኩል half, አምስት አስር ጉዳይ 2. When you say quarter to, 10 to, 5 to, you say ጉዳይ. for አንድ ሰዓት ነው. What time is it? ሰዓት ስንት ነው? ሰዓት ስንት ነው? አንድ ሰዓት ነው. ሰዓት ስንት ነው? 2 ሰዓት ነው. 5 minutes elapsed. So if somebody asks you ሰዓት ስንት ነው? You answer አንድ ሰዓት ከ5 ደቂቃ ነው. አንድ ሰዓት ከ10 ደቂቃ ነው. አንድ ሰዓት ከ15 ነው. or else use ከሩብ. most of the time ከሩብ. አንድ ሰዓት ከሩብ ነው. አንድ ሰዓት ከ20 ነው. you can omit the minutes ደቂቃ if you want. አንድ ሰዓት ከ25 ነው. አንድ ሰዓት ተኩል ነው. Here you don't need you don't say ከተኩል ነው. አንድ ሰዓት ተኩል ነው. After you tell 25 minutes to, you're going to the next full hour. So 35 ለአንድ ሰዓት 25 ጉዳይ ነው. See? 25 minutes to ጉዳይ ለአንድ here you need the preposition ለ. For 1 hour it is remaining. Okay, to be 1 hour it is remaining. ለአንድ ሰዓት 25 ጉዳይ ነው። ለአንድ ሰዓት 20 ጉዳይ ነው። ለአንድ ሰዓት ሩብ ጉዳይ ነው። ለአንድ ሰዓት 10 ጉዳይ ነው። ለአንድ ሰዓት 5 ጉዳይ ነው። 2 ሰዓት ነው። Your exercise will be you write from 2 to 3 in 5 minutes increment. Then write down the time in Amharic. Understand? Instead of from 1 to 2, you write from 2 to 3, then practice. That is your exercise. Good. ስድስት ቀላል አረፍተ ነገሮች simple sentences. Simple ቀላል sentences አረፍተ ነገሮች. If you remember, we have discussed about simple sentences. You practice on making a lot of simple sentences, and using those sentences you can understand more complex ones, the difficult ones. You will break them into simple sentences. To do that, whether it is a complex or simple sentence, we have to know verbs. Without verb, there will be no sentences. Here I have written some basic verbs. መብላት, to eat, መጠጣት, to drink, መሄድ, to go, መጀመር, to start, መጨረስ, to finish, መተኛት, to sleep, መስራት, to work, መናገር, to speak, መነሳት, to get up, ማድረግ, to do. If you see the verbs here, almost all of them start me. From this, you can conclude that verbs in Amharic at least start with me, indicating at the same time me is the infinitive sign for Amharic verbs. And ma. I wrote madrag, only one from ma, but we have a lot. But ma is the most part of the verb start with ma. Anyway, now if you see here, you see numbers 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. These are grouping I made by myself to make the understanding of learning of verbs easy. As I told you, Amharic verbs, they conjugate all of them. Look, if you remember, mahon, to be, but this one is irregular. In every language it is almost irregular. Mahon and this word, the only connection between this word and this is the na, the end of these two words. Otherwise there is no connection, so it is irregular. From mahon, to be, if you want to say I am, you say ene neng. You are, ante neh for male, you remember that? Anchi nesh for female, እናንተ ናችሁ for plural. We are, እኛ ነን. She is, እሷ ነች. He is, እሱ ነው. They are, እነሱ ናቸው. You see, in all subjects the verb changes. But It is not difficult as you expect or suspect, because we have formulas, we have routines. So to study those routines, the first thing we have to know how to extract, how to take out the root, the root of the verb. To do that, those who behave, who change themselves in one group, I call them group 1. In another group, I call them 2. And the third one, 3. In short, in Amharic, we have 3 regular forms and 1 irregular. Meaning, irregular is irregular, there is no formality there, there is no formula there, there is no. So, we have regular, irregulars, just like other languages, but the regular are divided in 3 groups. That means they behave in a certain way. So because of that behavior, I group them in 3. But otherwise, all of them start with ma or ma and end up with t. If they don't end up with t, then they end up with the 6th vowel e. You see, መብላት መሄድ መጀመር g. So that's the general form of the verbs. They behave like this. So how do we know whether it is group 1, group 2, group 3? There is no way of knowing it by some kind of formula. You just used to it. When you use the language, when you use the verbs, you will come across them by reading and hearing other people, etc. Otherwise, there is no shortcut. But throughout the course, I will write all the infinitive verbs like this. I put number in front of them. Every time we come across to a new verb, I put this number so that it will be easy for you. I will also make a list of verbs I've already made. Then I will come up with some sort of giving to you any form of PDF file form. I have to write some simple web page where people can download those files, or you put some idea on the comment line, then I can use the easiest way instead of sitting and writing web page. Okay, now coming to group 1, መብላት መጠጣት መሄድ መጀመር መጨረስ መተኛት. This is the rule. This one, verb 1, these are the rules. Okay, they look difficult but not. The first rule for almost all of them, drop ma and t. I take to drink, መጠጣት. The first thing we do is drop ma, drop t to get the roots. Okay, the root will be ጠጣ. Example, መጠጣት ጠጣ, መተኛት ተኛ. Here it is very easy. Only drop ma and t. There is another rule, part of this is rule 1. It has a B, this is C. So the verb, if we find this kind of verbs, group 1, መጠጣት, ጠጣ, here it is very easy, only to drop me and the first and the last word letter. But I don't want to say like that. Drop M, the infinitive sign, remember, and then that is the root verb. That is the root verb. But the good thing is that it can be also the past tense for he drank. Okay, so እሱ ጠጣ. Now we can make sentence. You see, that's what my plan is, to make sentence. We can make stories about he. Any story about he, or many stories about he. Then the moment we learn conjugation, then we finished. We just simply change those stories to you, to me, etc. Okay, that's the logic behind this kind of strategy I come up with. Okay, እሱ ጠጣ, he drank. እሱ, okay, first መተኛት, drop t, እሱ ተኛ, he slept. እሱ ተኛ. Now another additional rule with this, dropping met, maybe some of them also need more actions. If the root starts with that means like when you cut me and t, we get b. Okay, can I show you here? Cut me, cut t, we get bla, but it has to be b. This starts with the I sound. So if you get I sound with the new kind of roots, then change the I sound to a sound. The I sound to a. That means b to b. If there is l to l. If there is k to k. If there is s to s. That's what I mean. Change the I sound to a sound. So መብላት, እሱ you see, b change to b, እሱ በላ. መስራት, it is you who are going to answer this. መስራት, the first thing we drop met, then it will be ስራ. So can I write ስራ here? Who is going to answer? You from South Korea. Yeah, I got you. You are going to answer this. Yes. We change s to s. So there will be so Sarah. Well done. The third group is if the root finish with so many mistakes. If the root finish with the sound, then change it to a sound. This root thing doesn't like the sound at all. Mehed, you cut the me, there is no t, so it will be head. But we don't want so it has to change it to the head. Okay, so mehed, ሄደ. መጀመር, we don't want r, we don't need m. እሱ ጀመረ. መጨረስ, እሱ ጨረሰ. Okay, ሄደ, ጀመረ, ጨረሰ. Then if you put he, it is nice sentence. He went. He started 6 o'clock. He finished. Okay, for example, you've learned time in Amharic. እሱ ሄደ 6 ሰዓት, እሱ ጀመረ 7 ሰዓት. So we cannot do that. The verb must be at last. እሱ አንድ ሰዓት ሄደ፣ እሱ 2 ሰዓት ጀመረ፣ እሱ 6 ሰዓት ጨረሰ። Okay, making sentence is very easy in Amharic. Only study the conjugation. To study the conjugation, attack the root, how to extract the root, how to take out the root from the infinitive. The infinitive, there is no way of, there is no shortcut. Memorize. መብላት to eat, መጠጣት to drink. Now you know how to read. If it's difficult to read again, refer your table of Amharic letters, because there is no combination of word, what you call this, silence, double consonant, double, what you call this, double, double consonant, etc. There is no such a thing. What you see is what you get. Whatever you write, you read. Whatever I write, you can read, because you have the list with you. So reading Amharic is easy. Okay, let's see what we have studied so far. መብላት, drop mt. Now you have the rule here. I don't need to repeat. መብላት በላ፣ መጠጣት ጠጣ፣ መሄድ drop መ ድ is not me. We don't have to change it. ሄደ፣ መጀመር ጀመረ፣ መጨረስ ጨረሰ፣ መተኛት ተኛ፣ መስራት ሰራ። Doesn't want to either here. You see, if it is he, it's okay, but if it is a sound, no way. ሰራ is out, is out, ሰራ. Not only that, you have to change se to se. But now we come to group 2. We continue the group 2 in the next diagram, or on the next whiteboard. ስድስት ሰ ቀላል አረፍተ ነገር, simple sentence. It is a continuation. Now ግስ 2, verb 2. Here we have 2 examples. መናገር, to speak. መነሳት, to get up. The first rule, replace me with the. It is easy. If it is መናገር, it will be ተናገር. Okay, ተናገር. And if the root finishes with then change to verbs. The root verb don't like the 6 letter, the 6 sound, the 6 vowel. Surprise. Okay. So it was ተናገር. Because of this rule, this will be changed to ተናገር, ተናገረ. Okay, መናገር, ተናገረ. 2 rules. መናገር, እሱ ተናገረ. change to te, change to ra. መነሳት, cut to, this is the general rule. Drop to. መነሳት, ተነሳ. He got up. Okay, እሱ ተናገረ. He spoke. እሱ ተነሳ. He got up. So this too is very easy. Maybe this one experience helped us. Extracting the verbs continues now for group 3. For verb 3 group, ግስ 3, we have these two rules. The first rule, change ma to a. This is the easiest because all the third groups start with ma. So the moment you see ma in the infinitive verb, change that to a to extract the root. Once you do that, if it is, for example, this one, አደረገ, you could have no problem, but it cannot finish with a sound, so the second rule says change it to a. So አደረግ change to አደረገ. From ማድረግ we come to አደረገ. ማድረግ አደረገ. Change ma to a. አሰብ, but it's not allowed. በእሱ ማሰብ አሰበ. ማድረግ አደረገ. ማሰብ አሰበ. ማንበብ, change ma to a. አንበብ, but it's not allowed. አነበበ. See? Now, ማድረግ አደረገ. ማሰብ አሰበ. ማንበብ አነበበ. This is the root, but by chance, it is the past tense of the he subject. እሱ አደረገ. እሱ አሰበ. እሱ አነበበ. እሱ አደረገ, he did. እሱ አሰበ, he thought. እሱ አነበበ, he read. If you remember, now you know how to count in Amharic or to tell the time. እሱ አንድ ሰዓት አደረገ. That is not a good example. እሱ አንድ ሰዓት አነበበ. Okay? እሱ አንድ ሰዓት አነበበ. Okay. So now we summarize the rules for regular ones. I think it is not that difficult if you just focus on the rules. Then more practice, okay? መሆን, here I wrote ህወ, it means ህገወጥ, but we call this for. For is those verbs. I think we have one irregular, but I don't start this discussion now. Here, for the time being, መሆን is the only one irregular I found. መሆን, to be. Now, መብላት, it is one. If it is one, drop me, drop two, and it's not allowed በላ. መጠጣት ጠጣ. መሄድ ሄደ. መጀመር ጀመረ. መተኛት ተኛ. መናገር ተናገረ. መነሳት ተነሳ. The most nice one are these. drop መትነሳ. No, መነሳት is ተነሳ. This one takes sorry. ማድረግ, this is ma, change ma to a. አደረገ. ማሰብ አሰበ. ማንበብ አነበበ. Okay? So if you have any doubt, always go back to the rules. Oh, see the time, see the time. No. We round up our lesson here. A lesson more than 30 minutes will be very long. So see you with the next lesson. Bye for now.